Hey there, nation, and welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Cheapskate, and we are back with another episode of basically channel updates. I usually don't make multiple videos like this per week, and I don't really put them off on my off days, but on today, I saw something on the Warhammer community website, and that's the reason why I'm making this video. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, this information is about the Ashways. So, if you guys remember from last week, Games Workshop announced the new Ashways expansion. That will be coming out later on this year, and I just saw this article that popped up today on their community website and decided to go over it real quick and talk about exactly what it says. So you can see that it says Necromunda the Ashways. It looks like it's going to be their new kind of logo they're going to use for this expansion. It says, it's all change on Necromunda as the denizens of High Primus exchange their steel skies for the sepia of the great outdoors. Yep, the Ashways are coming to your tabletop, and with them, the thrill of the open road. The corrosive breeze through your respirator, the innumerable spots for that one perfect ambush. We've asked Lord Helmar's representative on Earth, Andy Hoare, to tell us more. So this is what Andy has to say. He says, well, the secret's out. We're leaving the dubious sanctuary of the Underhive and breaking out into the vastness of the Ashways of Necromunda. Over the next few weeks and months, we will be revealing more about this setting, but for now, I want to give you some hints on where we're going and, of course, where we come from. So you can see here, it says here, Ashways is the single biggest thing to happen to Necromunda since the relaunch in 2017 relaunch. And that's really cool. It looks very thematic. I can just see that with these like these warning signs that warning nomads are up ahead and people are using it for target practice. Very much a Borderlands feel, in my opinion. It says Necromunda Underhive hit the streets back in 2017 with the action focusing on the classic setting, the tunnels and domes of the lower reaches of Necromunda's mile-high hive cities. 2 years later, the biggest box game we've ever done come along with the form of Necromunda Dark Uprising, taking the action to the hellish guts of a cannibal rebellion, just another day in the Underhive. These were both followed by Necromunda Hive War box just last year. And now we had the Ashways, the biggest thing that happened in Necromunda since the 2017 relaunch. And as you can see here, they kind of show it to you right here as well. And it's kind of, I really like this picture because if you look real quick, you can see they have like a vehicle right here, which looks really, really awesome as well. It looks like we also have another thing down here. I don't know if it's kind of like a lean-to, or if it's like just a little stand with some equipment onto it, or if it's some kind of baggage thing. I don't know, but it looks really cool. But it looks like the vehicle has multiple axes on it. As you can see, we got turrets on the top. Looks like we got a little side sponson on it as well. Looks like a cargo container back here. It has like these little windows on the top. It very much looks like the vehicle that they had in the preview that they actually showed us as well. At the same time, it's kind of cool because not only do you have like this arched rock that you also have here as well, but you also can see like some remnants of like a lean-to. Maybe it's like a sniper spot or whatever. It looks really, really cool at the same time. But yeah, to be honest, this vehicle looks like the cargo containers that you can get from the Zone Munitorium, I think is what it's called, a box set of terrain. It looks like just one of those cargo containers that just put wheels on the bottom of it is what it looks like. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, it looks really, really cool, but it looks kind of neat that way. So if you guys are out there looking for ways to convert your own vehicles and stuff, this might be some inspiration for you guys. So continue on, it says, this toxic, rad, scorched landscape is too expansive to fit into a single book. In fact, the wastes are so vast, we're introducing them with a massive new box set, which will be followed soon after by a whole series of books exploring the factions that battle across the Ashways. So it looks like that's what they're going to do. Oh, man, that looks insane. That's going to be crazy. So assuming that this graphic is at least partially correct, looks like we got some box sets coming in as well as 3 books as well. So for those of you guys who are looking around your Necromunda library, prepare yourselves. It's going to be a little bit bigger, it looks like, which is actually kind of cool. I'm actually really excited to see exactly what they come out for the box set. So continue on, it says, and then there are the gangs. The Ashways are full of interesting and murderous denizens, only some of whom will be familiar to longtime inhabitants of the Underhive. That means new factions to play. So familiar to longtime inhabitants. So hopefully they'll bring scabies back, all right? I know I keep on saying that, but scabies are so cool, right? They're like radioactive mutant people, like from the hills have eyes. They're cannibals. They're like the ultimate expression of like wasteland mutant people. And so I just like the way the scabies play. They have such an interesting mechanic, and they're like so low down, so dirty, but they're also a lot of fun to play. So I hope they really bring back scabies. That'd be really sweet too. Another faction I hope they really bring back as well are Ratskin Scouts. For those of you guys who are not aware who Ratskins are, think of Ratskins as post-apocalyptic Native Americans, basically. The Ratskins of the first editions of Necromunda were very much Native American inspired. They ran around with muskets and bows and arrows and things. They used tomahawks and stuff. And the reason why they were called Ratskins is because they used to hunt and live off of the giant mutated rats that live in the Underhive. And of course, what they do is they eat them and they would skin them and they would wear their skins like furs. And that's why they were called rat skins. But they were very in tune with the environment of the Underhive. They actually give your gang a lot of advantages for territories and exploration, stuff like that. And also, predicting when events would happen, like Underhive quakes and things like that. So it'd be kind of neat to see if they actually use those guys out in the Ashways. It'd be kind of cool if they do that as well. Anyways, continue on the narrative. It says, key to the setting is the terrain. Games take place not in the twisted, cramped environs we're used to, but in the vast openness of Necromunda's irradiated surface, making them a unique new challenge. As such, you can expect new terrain and new vehicles, including the ones hinted at in the reveal trailer. Gangs aren't just scuffling in the Ashways for no reasons. They are protecting or attacking valuable convoys as they roll across the dunes. Rest assured, you'll be able to represent these situations faithfully in your game. In the run-up to the release of Necromunda Ashways, we thought we'd show off some of the myriad locations in this incredible setting. Below is the small portion of the vast map we put together while we develop the setting. We'll zoom in and describe some of these places in the future, but for now, here's a look at the Palatine Cluster, the center of which, of course, is High Primus. So they kind of illustrated this already. They kind of hunted this already through the different books that they've had so far. As you can see, there's High Primus. That's where everything takes place. As you can see, they also talk about some of the other smaller hives that they've talked about throughout the different narratives and things like that. Looks like they have the Great Ash Road East. So you can see the roads that they have and the highways they have connecting it to the different places. Looks like they have like lookout zones and towers, and looks like they have small Ash Town. Looks like they have small little settlements in between as well. Mercator Gate. So yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to see exactly what they actually do with this setting as well. And it is supposed to be open road. It's supposed to be very much like a Mad Max inspired thing. From the way that we saw it in the very first edition of Necromunda when it was first released back in the mid-90s, they actually did a good job explaining exactly what the Ashways contain, which is basically a blasted, irradiated wasteland, basically, where all the pollution kind of gathered up. But at the same time, though, as you can see here, we also got some of the information. Like, for example, the spider points up here. They actually talk about that for the Orlocks. What's his name? Slade Moderna, who's actually a bounty hunter special character you can hire for the Orlocks. His character is supposed to know to travel on the spider points, and that's exactly where he goes through. So it's kind of neat. Bullet Road, I like that. So they got kind of some cool names. Nomad Stronghold. So it looks like we have nomads out here as well. Thedos SA, Lookout 6, Tomb of Saint Aranthos. Oh, that might be actually kind of cool. If you guys don't know who that is, Aranthus, or House Aranthus, is a fallen house for Necromunda. They were hinted at in the very first edition of Necromunda, I believe. These were the guys who actually were like, they had like a spider type of emblem for them, and they're actually one of the fallen houses that actually fell apart and became one of the fallen houses. So I wonder if they're going to bring that as a faction, House Aranthus. That'd be kind of cool if they actually do that as well. So yeah, looks like Skyblight. Huh. I wonder what that's all about. Anyway, as you can see, they got some really interesting stuff here. The Outcast. Oh, that sounds kind of intimidating as well, which is actually kind of cool. It says this region is essentially what high dwellers might be able to see from their apartment windows if they had apartments or indeed windows. So say goodbye to this view. We will soon be forging south into the great equatorial wastes where all manner of opportunities to get rich await, alongside even more ways to die. So yeah, looks really, really super exciting. I can't wait to see exactly what they come up with and what kind of things they had. I've actually interesting because ever since the announcement came out, I've been getting a lot of interesting questions from my viewers. A lot of people have been really wondering, should they be converting vehicles now on their own before the rules are coming out? And I would say yes. I would say if you're planning on actually preparing yourself to be able to participate in the Ash Wastes and you want to be able to do it, probably what's going to happen is, based on what I've seen so far from Games Workshop with its releases for its various games. For example, Necromunda, when Necromunda first came out, they just gave you the box set, and they gave you these kind of temporary game warfare books in order to, as a way to help expand that universe and that game setting until they actually got newer editions of rules later out. So I think that's actually a pretty good idea to actually do that. I think they're going to probably do the same thing. They'll probably give you the box set with the basic rules of the Ash Wastes. They'll probably release some books out in order to help kind of flesh that out a little bit, because Games Workshop has an interesting way of kind of like soft rolling out their updates, where they kind of give you like some temporary rules and then they go into depth later on, which I'm not sure why they don't just get it all done ahead of time and then, release it all at one go. But anyway, so because of that, I would say it'd be perfectly fine. If I had to guess how Games Workshop is probably going to do it, what they'll probably do is they'll probably start up with quote-unquote neutral or generic or general type of vehicles that you could use for your gang, and that you could add things to it. And of course, as they roll out later rules and later editions of stuff, they'll probably get more house specific. Like, you know, they'll give you specific examples of vehicles that different houses use, or what kind of stuff they can use on those vehicles, for example. But for now, though, I think making generic vehicles is perfectly fine. I mean, that's not gonna be a problem at all. For example, on this channel, on my channel, we've been playing Ashways rules, homemade unofficial Ashways rules, mind you, but we've been doing that on our own anyways, and so we'll be kind of like a leg up when this whole thing rolls out, because we'll have our vehicles and we can use it for the official rules and things like that nature. So that'd be kind of cool as well. So we'll see exactly what ends up happening. It looks like these guys are, what nice thing about this, it looks like Games Workshop is doubling down on Necromunda, which is really great. I really love the way that they've done the new edition and all the rules they've released for it, and all the support they've given it to it. It looks like they're taking this very seriously, and this new addition to it is just going to add another level to what you're going to be doing for your Necromunda. So that's going to be really, really awesome as well. So I'm really looking forward to see exactly what comes down the pike. So there you guys have it. A pretty quick video. I just kind of hapstats just one together real quick. I'm actually doing it during my lunch break right now as we're speaking. I just saw this and I wanted to get this out there for you guys because it looks really, really awesome, and I can't wait to see exactly what they release. So that's good for this one, you guys. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is invaluable to us as always. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as blogger.com for all the greatest hobby news related to this channel. And remember, you guys, we were doing Ashways for Necromunda on this channel before it was cool. All right, you guys. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and stay classy.